Hey gang, FLX Beer Reviews, back again with another episode of As the Beer Swirls. I am Dan.
I am Mike. Dan, we have an elderly bottle that is just itching to die. It's done. Hospice. The old folks' home is overcrowded. It wants to go. What is it?
And that home he's talking about is my cellar. So I actually picked this up probably a year and a half ago. From Steamers over in
Oh my gosh, I
Basin.
forgot it's Steamers.
And I was like, oh, Mike, I got a bottle to review about. It's going to be great. And then we kept on getting bullied by all these different,
we were shackled by other beers.
By other beers.
If anyone has watched this channel long enough, you'll know.
But listen, we looked into bird law, and it turns out we can fly freely.
It's true.
So this beer is from the North Coast Brewing Company.
I asked you what it was like 10
and this
minutes
is
ago.
their Old Stock Reserve Series 2017. So it's actually their Old Stock Ale, and on the side it says it's a small batch, and it's been aging in wheat whiskey barrels. So on the website I looked it up, and it turns out like in 2014 it was rye barrels.
Okay.
And then they did like a hybrid of bourbon barrel aged and wheat whiskeys with regular barrels. I don't know. Doesn't say what barrels. Wheat whiskeys could be Maker's Mark, could be like Larceny.
With your newly refined palate, I'm sure you'll be able to tell
anyways,
us.
so this is 13% ABV, brewed and bottled by North Coast Brewing Co. out of Fort Bragg, California. And we ain't got no...
I think what makes these beers special is that, like it said on the label, these contain alcohol.
Sure.
So this will be interesting. I thought there was...
Maybe? Right.
Yeah. We didn't prepare for any of this. It's been sitting down there for so long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's like perforated up there, too.
Yeah,
you would think.
If I cut myself and go to the hospital.
I'll finish the review.
Okay.
Priorities.
That's what I expect.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mike, talk about the...
I'm surprised we haven't reviewed Old Stock before.
Yeah. What did we do?
We did a barrel-aged Old Rasputin from North Coast. I kind of want to go back and rewatch that one. We both have had Old Stock.
Why am I struggling with this so much?
Because we didn't prepare. Yeah, I was a little shocked that we hadn't done Old Stock before. But I guess if we're going to do it, why not a 2017 limited release?
There we go.
So,
Sorry.
3 hours later.
Ooh, smoke. Smoke on the water.
I'm pretty sure it's the wheat whiskey. That looks amazing. Yeah.
Copyright from YouTube now. FLX is done for.
Frickin' down at the hands of Nickelback. All right, so that... Oh, my goodness. There's so much floating around in there.
Right.
It is a sea of
fun
stars.
fact, this is Matt over Massive Beer Reviews. Like,
Is this his jam?
it is his jam.
Okay.
The regular Old Stock.
This doo-doo water looking garbage.
Dude, he's got like a... Every year, he has every year ever made or something.
That's amazing.
And like he bought... It was a cool thing as we showed the beer.
Oh, yeah, we might as well show it.
He had bought a case of regular... Wow, there is so much particulates in there. But a case of this stuff, the year his kid was born, that year.
Oh,
and so he's gonna...
That's right,
on
okay.
on his kid's birthday, he's going to have one each year, all the way up until when his kid's 21, and they can have...
I forgot about that. That's such a great idea. So it looks like a doo-doo water melted Tootsie Roll coffee, but there's a nice red hue to it.
Caramel for days.
But there is just a sea of stars of particulates.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just, they're also, I don't think it's going to come up on camera, but it is just,
I'll zoom.
Thank God. We hadn't zoomed at all today, and I think it was weighing on him. There is just, they're like suspended. Like the beer looks thinner, but it also looks like a Jell-O mold with all sorts of little bits in there. At the head, there was a nice creamy head on there, but it dissipated very quickly, despite our patented swirls.
All right.
Let's get a whiff on this.
Oh, that smells absolutely just, it smells so sweet, and it's sweet, but it's savory at the same time.
You don't get like hamster cage wood chips? Okay.
Gerbil, sure.
Maybe Well,
What are you talking about?
Ferret's too far.
The wood chips that you get from the Petco?
Yeah.
I can see that.
Man, oh my gosh. This smells.
I'm getting some anise a little bit.
I get a nephew.
No, there is like a kind of a sweet licorice kind of thing.
Yeah,
going
okay.
on.
Mm-hmm.
With like brown sugar, a bit of oak.
Yeah, going back to my gerbil cage leavings, there's a really nice woody note to it. You can really smell the barrel. There is some fig kind of fruit, like breaded fruits in there. It's not fruit bread, but you know. You don't want to start pushing those buttons. That's a slippery.
Let's get a sip. And
Yeah,
we'll
let's
talk
do
about
it.
We're 7 minutes in. Holy crap.
It took 5 minutes to open it.
Oh, yeah, true.
Ooh. Concord grape. There's like some dark grape in there.
Absolutely. Wow, that's a lot more crisp than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah,
too.
I completely agree. I don't know if that's the booze mixed with some carbonation that's making it so like knives down my body.
Yeah, there's a really like peanut butter and jelly thing going on. Minus the peanut butter.
You can definitely like, and maybe I'm getting it wrong, but you're more in the world. I can definitely taste the whiskey. Like, it's very apparent for me.
Yeah, so there definitely is that weeded whiskey aspect. Like, I'm definitely getting like a lot of the same sweet kind of like pear notes and stuff like that. Along with that kind of soft, there's like a slight delicateness to the amount of carbonation. Like, it's just, it's a little oily, but it's thinner than I expected too. 13.6 ABV. It's a bit thin. Like,
It is.
So when I say oily, like the taste is kind of oily and it leaves that to it.
I agree.
But at the same time, it's watery on the palate.
Now, do you want this style to be thinner? Because I think I like it thinner more than having it be like thick, sludge. I want that more from like a barrel-aged stout. But something like this, I almost like the thinner body to it.
It is. The more I'm drinking it, it's got that sweetness on the front, but it is drying. It's coming off very drying.
It's that whiskey drying.
It is.
Like you've shared like a lot of your whiskeys with me lately, so I feel like I'm getting more notes than I would have before, but I definitely get the real nice like damp, wet, light colored wood to it, that drying whiskey note mixed with all those like berries and fig and some dark fruits just kind of dancing around. But there is a little bit of a sweetness in there too that kind of just breaks everything up. I think this is really good.
Yeah, it is. It is. And I don't drink too many like strong ales. I think it's classified as a strong ale.
Yeah, I would think so.
Pretty much.
Wow, there's almost a little graham cracker in there too.
I just wish they said the barrel on here. It's an old ale, but an old ale is basically a strong ale.
I think they're kind of interchangeable, aren't they?
From what I gather.
I always just kind of took them as interchangeable.
Okay, so basically the yeast undergoes an aging process.
Okay.
Sort of like in bulk storage or bottle conditioning, which contributes to a rich, wine-like, often sweet oxidation character. So, there you go.
It's leaving a nice,
Listen, we learn, you learn, we all learn.
This is an educational channel.
We don't ever claim to be experts. We just claim to be a couple of dudes drinking some beer and responding to it.
I don't know about you, but it's leaving just a slight candy sticky note on
The last thing
lips.
we would want to do is dumb down America with more of these sophomoric reviews.
He's not wrong. I know that.
Yeah. What do you rate it, Mike?
Whew, boy, I'm going to give this I'll give it a 4.45. I really like this a lot. I could see myself sipping on this thing all evening.
Okay. I'll give it a... I'll give it a 4-1.
Oh, really? Okay. It's not a bad score. Dear God.
No, it isn't. It is. 4-1's still a really good beer.
Yeah.
Me personally, I would like this to have a little more heft and a little bit more viscosity to it for the ABV.
Yeah, see, I'm okay with it. I like it where it's
And
at.
here's why I say that. What I like about a wheated whiskey, right?
Okay.
Is I like that sweetness to it. I like that sweet cinnamon character, like that pear note, stuff like that. But I love when a wheated whiskey leaves that, it's just really just viscous and oily.
Just coats your whole palate.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I get where you're coming
like
from.
semi-syrup style. You know
okay.
What I mean?
All right.
So, but as far as the beer itself, man, you can't go wrong. If you see one of these sitting on your shelves, I might see if I can get like another year. I think I did see like the 19 or something. So we'll check it out.
This is a rare occasion where we could talk about the price point.
Price point $23.99 at the time of buying.
I would pay that for this again.
So $23.99 for I mean, that's kind of the going rate. I mean, if you go out to other half and get a stout in the size bottle, it's about $24.
Yeah, okay.
$24. So,
great beer. If you had old stock, let us know if you had a different vintage. Are you Matt from Massive Beers and you just have a whole no hype beer reviews style wall of old stock bottles just ready to go? Let us know. We've got one, and now it's opened. So Dan's life is a little more complete.
I picture Matt. So Matt just built his new studio she shed, right? I picture he's got a hidden sub basement on that thing. It opens. You go down there. And it's just like nothing but old stock.
He built like an actual cellar in there just for these beers. Yeah. Oh, it's got to be awesome. Cobwebbed and everything.
All right.
Link trees down in the comment. Let us know. Man, I just want to drink this whole thing. Thanks for watching, everybody. Cheers.